Welcome back for day 2 of Efteling. If you saw the first vlog, you'll know yesterday was all about the rides. Today is all about the fairytale forest and the entertainment offerings. Now, I left that video saying I was going to find out about Caro. I went over there and turns out the show doesn't run on a Friday, which is today, and I obviously missed last night's show. So unfortunately, I'm not going to experience that. We did think about coming tomorrow, but then we have to drive from Wallaby Holland. Long story short, we're not doing Caro, annoyingly, but I will do the other fairytale forest, lots of the kind of street entertainment, ravelling, etc. Also, for any British guests, I got in for free today because I have a Blackpool Pleasure Beach season pass, and you get 1 day entry to this and many other parks. So let's get in and see what all the entertainments are like. I know I mentioned it yesterday when we were standing in the queue for Max and Moritz, but that Dance Macabre building looks spectacular, which I would expect nothing less from Efteling. You know, they do take things to a ridiculous level of detail. But yeah, as I say, a little disappointed I've timed it badly for getting to experience it, because it doesn't open for another 2 months. However, we are now in the queue for the Fabula 4D thing. Never done this before, so no idea what it's like. Let's find out. Ooh, smoky. Ooh. That was a really good start to the day. That's probably the best 4D show I have seen. I mean, it used all the techniques you're familiar with, moving seats, sprays, smells, and obviously 3D. There is one really clever bit where, and if you've not done it, maybe skip on the next 30 seconds so don't spoil it. There's a clever bit where you fall from one area to another, and the roof in the theatre collapses down right close to you, as if to go in with the movie. Just so well done. It's a nice, kind of friendly family story. Probably. So Carly tends to get motion sick with 3D. She was fine with that one. That was really well synchronised, wasn't blurry, it was just really, really good. And as I said, great start to the day. So I think we're in for another good day here at Efteling. Oh, and you come out into the Fabula restaurant, which is themed around the movie. I've been in that restaurant before, hadn't seen the movie, so I didn't quite get all the references, but you basically come out to all the scenes that were in that movie. So again, as you'd expect, theming here is spectacular. Right, well, there's a staple when you come into the fairytale forest. That is, of course, long neck. Now, our hotel we're staying in, the person at reception used to work in here, and she recommended just there beside long neck they do the waffles. I've not got one yet, so I don't know if they're any good, but she certainly seemed to think so. So at least they have food within the forest, which is fantastic. But now to go for a wander and see all the different fairy tales. Again, I mean, I can't say I'm surprised, but the level of detail in the animatronics here. I mean, you've got Pinocchio inside that giant fish thing. You've got the fox and the cat inside the barrels. Like, I've barely got into the forest. Like, there is so much more to see. There's dancing shoes here, which I'll try and get a little clip off. But yeah, it's just, level of detail is phenomenal. Let's see if these shoes are going to dance, shall we? So there was the old troll that you're supposed to turn that dial to sort of to your star sign, and he's supposed to mumble your fortunes. And then Rapunzel, I mean, even like Carly was pointing out, the detail in the old lady's hands, like she's away at the top of the tower where you can barely see. They didn't have to put the detail in up there, but they did. And now there's a mermaid that's a little bit not child friendly.
Doesn't work.
So on a few of the animatronics, I've kind of badly timed them. Like, I know that they do stuff, so I've just sat and waited. This guy, the dragon, I've seen this guy before, but it's got broken written on it in Dutch, which thankfully somebody translated for me, because I was standing there going, just waiting on this to do its thing. Yeah, not today, but I have seen that, and it does kind of move, and you know, smoke comes out of it and stuff, and it's very, very cool. But you know, obviously things need some maintenance. So the fairy tales are a little bit different to what we're used to in the UK, and I would say a little bit darker. So instead of the wolf and the 3 pigs, they've got the wolf and the 7 goats. And the wolf ate 6 of the goats and 1 hid in the grandfather clock. A little bit darker than we're used to in the UK. But again, stunning attention to detail. There's a little cat that comes out from underneath the bed, just sort of peeks out. The only one thing I would say about a lot of these things is that it's always that balance of does the animatronic just keep cycling all the time, or is there delays? If you don't sit at each one of these attractions and kind of pay attention, you'll miss stuff. Like, you know, it's not constantly on a loop. Well, it is, but there's like a 1 or 2 minute delay. So when you do go up to these, just sort of take your time, enjoy them, and see what happens. Show me another theme park that has a pooping donkey. I can't think of one. I don't think I mentioned them yesterday. There are numerous talking bins. I think they're called Hollabolla Heis. Probably not that, but it's something like that. And if you put rubbish in them, like enough rubbish that it can detect it, it will say like Dankeschön. Just silly little details like that make a huge difference. Like they really, they think about everything in this park. It is fantastic. My timing is terrible. So one of the, the good thing about these is they're kind of just rolling shows. They just keep running, right? So they're not holding you and then letting you in. But it does mean that you might have to hang about, because I literally walked into the Dancing Water Lilies for the last maybe 30-40 seconds. I really didn't want to wait to see it reset. But yeah, again, just, you know, the details is just, I feel like I'm barely scratching the surface. I really do. And now there's a big giant sleeping giant. Sleeping giant, not giant sleeping giant. Snores just like me too. And he's bald with a beard. Hey, this guy.
Zo'n ghetto-blaas ding. Nou, dat weet je wel hoe laat.
The last time I went past him, he knew my name and knew it was my birthday. Because he went, "Hello Chris, I believe it's almost your birthday. Come back and see me." Very, very clever technology that they use on that. Although, it's not my birthday, so he had nothing to say to me today.
Het schaam wordt op zijn wangen, maar met een zo waardig mogelijke tred. Besefte de keizer.
I have to say, I definitely feel represented in this park. To start with, there was a bald guy with a beard that was snoring. Hello. And then there was a fat naked guy that just went past. Obviously I'm not naked, but fat guy just went past. Definitely feeling represented today.
Dikke witte streep over het bospad. Dit is de grens van het Sprookjesbos, zei hij.
Hallo! Het Sprookjesbos heeft helemaal geen grens!
Precies.
Right, well that is us done a lap of the of Spookslot, the fairytale forest. It's huge. I mean, we kind of followed the track round. I suspect there's bits we didn't do. It'd be nice to see a little map and go, oh, we missed that one, we need to go back. And I might do that later today. We shall see. But I'm going to go and find out. So I want to see Ravelin, but I don't know when it's on. It's literally in front of me, so I'm hoping that when I go over there, it has some times. And if I'm not mistaken, you can also get a headset to translate it into your language. So I'll be doing that, because I'm not going to sit and watch a show in Dutch and not get the full benefit of it. This is a whole section of the park that I completely, I wouldn't say missed yesterday, it was intentional, like I knew this was here, I've done it before. But this is a much, to be fair, I haven't done the rides today, so I don't know if this is just a quieter section of the park or if it's a quieter day. The app seemed to think it was going to be a busier day today, but it hasn't been so far, at least in the areas I've been. Just did that monorail, snail thing. It's nice and relaxing. You don't really appreciate how close the park is to the road, and there's houses right next to it, so yeah, you don't think about that. But I don't know what we're going to do. I'm staring at the steam carousel. We didn't do that yesterday, so if it's open, might go on that. Well, there's the steam carousel done. That's quite violent, to be honest. To the point that they've got staff that are obviously on there, standing behind the rows of horses that we were on, because they move quite a bit. Well, they stand there if there's kids on them, presumably to catch the kids if they go flying. But it's good fun. Good fun. I genuinely have no plan. I am just wandering about and seeing what is what. So let's see where this takes me. Right, I think I now have a plan. Turns out we're right next to Vogel Rock and it's only got a 5-minute queue. So it'd be rude not to. Then I think we're probably going to try and grab some food because the Ravelin show is on at 1:30, which is in an hour's time. So if this is 5 minutes, we've got time to grab some food and then get in that queue. So on the app that said 5 minutes. When we got in the queue it said 10 minutes. But I would say the queue plus the ride itself was only 5. That was just walk straight on and job done. Tried the back row this time to see if it was any different. Not gonna lie, I don't think it was. It's not the kind of thing that whips you over over like a hill and stuff, so I'm not really surprised. But you know, Carly was saying it's amazing how pitch black it is in there. Like, you know when you go on Space Mountain you can kind of see bits of track flying past you? Nothing. I'd love to see that with the lights on to see how basic the track is, because I guarantee there's nothing special. But of course when you're in the dark you can't tell, so it feels way more intense. Right, time to go and get... We saw a thing for a meatball sub with satay sauce. Two things I enjoy and I would never have put together. So, and it seems to be on those lovely crispy rolls that I mentioned yesterday for the hot dogs. So get that and then go check out Ravelin. That's Ravelin done. That's a spectacular show with lots of effects and stuff. I had read online that you could request a headset to listen to that in English. I did ask. Apparently they no longer do that. So, I mean, you kind of get the gist of it, but it would have been nice if I could understand a little bit more, because I'm sure there's probably some nuances in there that I didn't pick up on. Nonetheless, cracking show. And I am now heading over to Max and Moritz, because at the moment they are doing a little sort of show outside that. Hopefully they're still doing it by the time I get there. It's a 10-minute walk, and then I'll probably do Max and Moritz as well, because why not? Oh, and if you've seen the show, there's a little bit where the princess chick, I don't know, whoever, I don't even know who she is, the main character goes inside this cage thing, smoke comes up and she disappears. I couldn't see a trapdoor. Like, could see underneath it, didn't look like it was a trapdoor. So yeah, if anybody knows how they did that, let me know, because I'm curious. Do you know, the tune on this ride is really quite catchy and gets stuck in your head. Although there is one little bit where it kind of sounds like it's about to turn into Hitler Has Only Got One Bollock. If you're of a certain age, you'll know that song.
Hitler has only got one Bulgari, as to the very small.
That was good fun. Although, just unlike Joris and the Drac, where it's a bit gravity based, because this one's powered, green always wins. Always wins. So taking the kids on and they want to win the race, go on Moritz. But still, fun ride, and that tune gets stuck in your head.
U zijt gewaarschuwd.
Attention to detail in this place, it's honestly second to none. Just did Baron again, back row this time. That, I'm not sure if it's just later in the day or just the back row, but that was way more intense. Pretty sure I said it yesterday, that is a lot better than Oblivion. Again, Oblivion was the first, blah blah blah. Also, that goes flying up the lift hill, and Oblivion doesn't. Pretty sure they wanted suspense in Alt Towers, but yeah. Fantastic dive coaster. Now, I think I'm going to wander around and see, I've looked on the app to try and find some of the kind of street entertainment. I think there's some soon. So I'm just going to see if I can come across some, because, I mean, today was meant to be entertainment. I'm obviously going to do rides though, but see what we see next.
Oh, it is kans om er livet er sjølandans. Og tøvsleilen en zeilen, regnet aan op brein.
Right, well, we found one show there. Just again a little street performance. Obviously don't understand what they're talking about, but it's just, you know, again, the attention to detail in their clothing, the kind of organ they've got, you know, the singing, just fantastic. And now there's one over by Python, so we're heading over that way. And then whilst we're over there, it would be rude not to do Joris and the Drac. So I'm sure we'll get on that as well. That's kind of crazy coming from the UK. Like, you get right close to the track, there's only tiny little fences that you could easily jump. But they're obviously much more respectful here. I don't even see signs about queue jumping. Now, granted I can't speak Dutch, but it would be the kind of sign they would put in multiple languages. They're just well behaved. You know, they don't need to be told to not skip a queue. They don't need to be told this is danger, ride area, don't go in there. Common sense is clearly common here. Not so much back home. Was pretty cool. That's the Steelworks guys. Very entertaining. What was quite cool was that their little stands that they have the drums on are actually Python track. Small sections of the track. It was quite a nice little detail. Again, I've said that about 40 times in this video. Detail, detail, detail. This park just pays attention to it all the time. Anyway, we are right next to Joris and the Drac, so be rude not to. Let's go get on that one. That was good fun. Right, just did Joris and the Drac. Whatever side I wasn't allowed to do front row yesterday, I was allowed to do front row today. So that's me now got front row POVs on both sides. That was just crazy. I'm looking forward to doing that one as a night ride, because it's bonkers during the day, and once it's warmed up and it's dark, I think that'll be a lot of fun. But we are right next to De Vliegende Hollander, and I have no idea what the queue is like, but I'm going to go on it anyway, because it was good fun yesterday. And then we'll see what shows we can find, and probably take a little breather, grab a drink and sit and watch a show. Right, well, we've managed to luck out and get front row twice on that. That is always good. You sit at the side, you get a little bit sprinkled. And if you sit in the middle, you get a big blob right in the face. That was good fun. Right, we've got 10 minutes to get over to the Red Nose Boogie Boys. No idea who they are, but we're going to go and find out. So let's see you over there.
She's always right there when I need her. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. Ba 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 round, get around, I get around, get around, round, round, I get around, get around, round, round, I get around.
That was probably the best entertainment that I have seen. I don't know how much of it I'll put in because I'll probably get copyright struck. But anyway, it was bloody fantastic. We need more of that in the UK. In fact, we need any of that in the UK. Not more of it because, well, we don't have that. Thoroughly enjoyed that, and obviously they were singing songs that I understood. Kind of helps. But yeah, fantastic. I have to say, I typically don't do the entertainment-y things when I'm in a park. I'm just here for the rides, but I have had a great day so far, focusing mainly on that. Anyway, we're going to take that breather now and come up with a plan for the rest of the day, because the park still has 4.5 hours left. Long day. Those little pedal train things, you can only get on them if you have a very young child, because I tried to get on them last time. My youngest... There are adults on them, but they have to be with a child. Yes, my missus just said I wouldn't fit my fat ass on it. Anyway, when I was here last year, my youngest would have been 12, and she was too big to get on it. So I'm gonna guess it's 10 and under, but yeah, well, which is weird, because I think maybe if it's quiet and you convince them, they'll let you on it. Although I did see a vlog from somebody who managed to get it to jump off the track, and the staff had to come and put it back on the track because they were an adult and they went too fast. Right, Aquanura, the water show at the end of the night, is on in 20 minutes. This says it's only got a 10-minute queue, so it would be rude not to. If it says 5 minutes, that's even better. Let's go on Fata Morgana, go through a man's legs, and then go watch the water show. Right, that's Fata Morgana done again. Bizarre ride. Still think it's odd that you go through that man's legs. But we've came out and it looks like Aquanura's maybe started, and it's not supposed to start for another 5 minutes. So anyway, we're right next to it, so let's enjoy the show. Right, that water show was good, very good in fact. I'm not sure how much of it I can put in because I'm sure most of that music's probably copyrighted. However, when I saw that, I was here in February, so it was dark. And there's loads of lights, but you can't see the lights, so I'm going to check the app in a minute, but I'm assuming there's a later showing. Like, all day it's been saying this is on at 7:15. And I don't know if there are multiple shows, because without the lights it's kind of half a show. So I'm hoping that there's a second showing a bit later, and it'll be dark and it'll look spectacular. Anyway, we are going to go and do the train. We've seen it a few times today and haven't gone on it. It's a 20-minute train, so definitely a nice relaxing one. And then I think we're going to probably grab some dinner. Then we'll get some night rides, because Carly is desperate to do Jonas and the Drac in the dark when it is ridiculously fast. So that's the plan for the rest of the evening. Right, small update. Check the app, and thankfully Aquanura is on again. In fact, it's on every hour, so it's on 7:15, 8:15, 9:15 and 10:15. I guess that's good for people that are leaving early, they can still see it. But I will try and get some clips of it later on tonight when it's dark, because if I remember it correctly from last year, it's pretty spectacular in the dark. Right, just had a shot on that train. Met a lovely family, chatting away to them. One thing I note with the train, I did say that it's, well, actually in my tips video, I mentioned it as a nice thing to do to relax after food and all that kind of good stuff. True, but it's more of a transportation thing than a visual thing. Like, you don't really see much, you kind of see a bit of Python, and then it's kind of back of house and buildings and trees. So, you know, just make sure when you go on it, you've got no expectations of like, oh, I'm going to get to see all the rides and stuff, because you don't. It's literally to get you from one side of the park to the other, and it runs every 25 minutes. It takes about 20 minutes. We timed it reasonably well. I think we waited maybe 5 minutes, 10 at a push, but there's no indication of when the next one is, so that's a bit kind of odd. But anyway, Carly's just spotted that all the boats are empty and still going round, so I'll let you have a look. Definitely a very pretty park. Obviously the pagoda up in the background there, and nice little bit of a sunset going on. So I'm starving. I'm gonna grab some food, and then we're gonna do that night ride on Joris and de Draak, and then hopefully as we're leaving the park we will see Aquanura with the lights, since I showed you it without the lights. Right, I'm not sure I've thought this one through properly. So we've just had some food. It's lovely. Went to Casbah, I think it's called, next to Vogel Rock. Burger and chips. I'm absolutely stuffed. And heading over to Joris and de Draak. 10-minute walk and a 20-minute wait, so I've got half an hour for my food to settle before I go and get flung about on a wooden coaster that's been warming up all day. So let's see how that goes, shall we? Right, not gonna lie, like, this place is beautiful during the day, but at night when it lights up, spectacular. The pagoda all lit up there. It's just, honestly, truly is a magical park. Absolutely fantastic. But I'm hoping that Joris and de Draak isn't lit up, because well, I think in the dark it would be even more fun. Hee hee. Okay, so had our shot on Joris and de Draak. Pitch black, can't see a damn thing. That thing has obviously warmed up all day and is fantastic. Although every time we've been on it today, the red side has won. I'm pretty sure yesterday was kind of going between the two. Anyway, fantastic. Thoroughly enjoyed today. I don't normally do the entertainment in parks. I typically go and just do the rides, but today obviously decided I'm going to do the entertainment, and that has just been fantastic. Fairytale Forest is great. Those red nose Boogie boys, they were just amazing, properly fantastic. So I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I am in Wallaby Holland tomorrow for the next 2 days. New park for me, so if you've enjoyed this one, hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to see the Wallaby Holland ones. And I've been Chris, you've been watching Coaster Dad. See you in Wallaby Holland. Adios.